Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Grudge.
I mean,
not me. I was muted.
yeah.
All right. Here we go, guys. Welcome to another episode of Gamer Grudge. Woo! Gamer Grudge. Woo! Here we go, people. We are now with another Gamer Grudge. We got one brand new fighter and two vets coming in. Let's see who wins. Because last week was ended in a way that everybody was, we felt like we needed secret agents because they were death threats made. Yes, death threats. Because I didn't pick, because we don't know shit about The Sims. Anyway, you want to talk about that? Go watch the last episode. But today we're here to do another episode of Gamer Grudge. Like we do with that episode of Gamer Grudge, we cannot start Gamer Grudge without the crew. Let's go ahead and start with the next person. We'll start with the person who is not only co-owner of the channel, she also edits some videos on Game Fixers. She also helps out with so many shows on the Game Fixers. Miss Angelic Sin, aka Angie. How's it going, Angie?
It's going good. How's everybody doing?
Tired. And last but certainly, next up we have another mod. Angie's the mod, and we have our second mod. He's learning. He saw him on the last episode, and he's still learning. Mr. Nightpack. Mr. Nightpack. Mr. Nightpack.
Yes.
Okay. You don't want to say nothing. He said something. Okay.
He said something.
Oh, okay. All right. He just said yes. All right. And last but certainly not least, Zach.
I was only half paying attention to updating Steam right now.
So I had someone talking to me. I do apologize.
Oh, it's okay.
Why does Steam need to update every freaking day? Damn.
Every day. It feels like every few minutes online.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get started, we got to introduce, how we do with Gamer Grudge, people. We got to introduce the victims because there got to be victims on the show, right? First, he's a veteran of the show. He also challenged the champ and lost his chance to get him. He challenged him, lost, and he's here to reclaim and climb that big old damn mountain to get to his chance, to get a chance to that belt again. Mr. Scott Sadek, how's it going, Scott?
What's up, guys?
And next we have a new challenger. We met on Twitter. She is great and she's awesome. Miss Jessica.
Hello.
She's here. She's here.
Question: what does that comment imply about the other people we meet on Twitter?
I don't know. They're all great. Next, stop putting me on the spot. All right. Next, last but certainly not least, he's been on this show for the past 3 years. What? Hold on. 4 years. No, yeah, 3 years. Mr. Nightpack, not Mr. Nightpack, Mr. Smokescreen.
Wow, you're replacing me. I see how it is.
Yes, he is sober, people. Sadly. All right. Anyway, we can't do this show sadly, people, we cannot do this show without the rules. So I'm going to put the rules up for the people. We cannot show the contestants know the rules, but we must show the rules to you, and Angie will read them. Angie, are you ready to go over the rules?
Yes.
All right, here are the rules, starting now.
Where are the rules?
I can't put them up.
Okay, there they are. Okay. Here are the rules, folks. There are 4 rounds with 1 question per round. The point is awarded to the fighter with the best argument. The 2 fighters with the most points will advance to the PvP round. In the event of a tie, a tiebreaker round will commence in the form of quick bait and grudge quiz.
All right, and the phases.
Ba-ba-da-ba. It's taking its time. There we go. There are 5 phases. Phase 1 is the introduction where you simply state your answer. Phase 2 is your declaration where you folks have 3 minutes each to make your argument. And then phase 3 is the fun one. You guys have 5 minutes for the grudge match. Phase 4 is the last minute where we will ask you a question and you have to give us your answer and you guys have 1 minute to do so. And then phase 5 is the cleanup where we do our fact checking and we give you guys our verdict.
All right. Well, guys, with that said, are you ready to grudge?
No, not
Yeah.
really.
Fuck it. You ready to grudge? Okay. Play the damn montage, Mac. Yes, I will. Woo.
Thought it was PG-13 tonight, man.
Shut
No
up.
one. No one.
I guess not.
YOLO. YOLO, Zach, yellow. You only live once.
I know what it means. It's just stupid.
I know.
As Lonely Island proves, it's very stupid.
All right. All right. Woo! All right. Well, let's go ahead and start with question numero uno. Why the hell do you have that screen up, Zach?
Because I could.
You son of a...
Also, any guesses what movie game this is from?
I'm not looking at my phone. Playing Clash Royale.
Scott, you might have a chance here.
I have no idea.
Arachnophobia.
Okay, that makes sense.
Question number 1, people. Where are you? Zach, why don't you read it, man? I'm gonna let you do the honors.
I'm good.
That wasn't an option, Zach. No, I'm just playing. What is the best game not released in the US of A, people? And we're going to speculate. I know a lot of people in the want to know, but we don't. So what's going to happen is it's released in the US. It can be released in the US, but the game cannot. The bot game must be altered in the US form. So that means there's no copying up here. What's the better way of putting it, Zach?
It can't be an exact copy. It has to be altered in some way.
Right. All right.
I don't know why that's relevant with the questions we have with the answers.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that. So we're gonna start with Scott, and then we're gonna go with Jessica, then we're gonna go to Smoke. So, Scott, what's your answer?
My answer is Sega Gaga. Am I doing like an introduction now, or do we?
No. We're just how we do that. Yeah. Jessica.
I went with LSD Dream Emulator.
Okay, awesome. Smoke.
I said Mother 3.
All right, cool. Mother 3. All right, so I'm gonna ring this bell. Scott, when I ring this bell, you may start clawing, giving us your answer, giving us your declaration. Andrew, you got the time? All right, I'm gonna ring the bell. You may start now.
Okay, Sega Gaga, or as it was originally titled Sega, is described as like a Sega simulation. It's basically like it's an RPG, but it's a very meta RPG. You play as Taro Sega, who works for Sega, the company, and the whole goal is to keep you from losing in like the console market to the rival companies. And the whole thing, you fight other employees who've turned into mutants, and they're from like the rival studios. The attacks are like verbal abuse, and insults. So like you'll be telling people that their games are terrible and that they'll never get a girlfriend. So you literally have to break their will, and there's like a will meter, and that's how you but it is like a turn-based fighting game, and you can turn your friends into enemies and vice versa. There's various styles of gameplay. There's a lot of good tongue-in-cheek humor. There's a lot of cameos from like Sonic and other Sega characters. And for the time, there's some really great animated cutscenes, some solid gameplay. It's just a really strange, bizarre kind of game that was seen as a joke at first. Like they didn't even want to pitch it originally, and then they finally did pitch it. They were only given $200 to market the game, which they spent on a wrestling mask for some reason. And there was some controversy involving alcoholism that Sega had to apologize for. But other than that, like it wasn't like a hugely popular game. I think their studio actually ended up going under afterwards, or a little while later they ended up making Crazy Taxi and other games. But this was just a very unique kind of game that you don't really get to see too often. So that's my pick.
All right. Jessica, your turn. Starting. You ready? Starting now.
So LSD Dream Emulator was I'm not sure what kind of game you would call that. It's very obscure. And it was actually based off of a dream journal, like a dream diary, from a Japanese PlayStation author, I guess. I can't remember the guy's name. You kind of go through and room to room, and it's all very colorful, and it gets more and more obscure and more colorful as the game progresses, and you run into more strange entities and different shaped rooms, and sometimes the same room, but it gets creepier and weirder as it progresses. Very weird, and this guy had some really messed up dreams to make this game. That's all I can think of, really.
Okay. Messed up things. Okay. Possibly LSD. Okay. All right. Smoke. I wonder I wonder if you got something with the corn. Is the corn turning? I hope it is. Let's go ahead and ring this bell.
All right. So, Mother 3 is a game that stars our favorite boy in multiple games named Lucas. All right. Lucas is this very, very small boy. He is very talented. He's sort of like a mage. All right. And he goes through these islands called Nowhere Islands, right? And they gotta fight off like this invading army. It's called like the Pig Mask Army or something like that. And they like have to go through with these dudes like named like Flint and a few other people, and they're like trying to save this village from this invading army, and all of them keep attacking, right. So they keep it up, and there's like some weird type of castle that they got to go through, okay, and then there's like an egg that they got to find, and when they get this egg, they got to, they gotta do it, something with it, right? I have not played this game. It's recommended to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, so I'm going off what I've been told. So this game, right? They get this egg, right? And they carry it around for a little bit. And they bring it with them on their weird journey against this army. And they end up eventually defeating this army that takes, really, really long time. And that's all I have. I cannot prolong this anymore.
All right. Hold on. All right. So we have got that. We got everybody's declaration. Now we go to the grudge. Angie, are you ready? All right. We got time. Once I ring the bell, we will start. And I'm going to go from this mode to literally gallery mode. Starting now. Let's go ahead and start.
Okay, so LSD Dream Emulator seems like less of a game and more a piece of like art. It's like you said, it's based on a dude's dream diary or journal or whatever, and but you just kind of wander around from room to room, and like I haven't played it. I've seen bits of it, and it looks kind of ugly. And as for Mother 3, personally, I think mine's probably a better RPG if we're gonna compare the two. And it's also kind of a game that you can play legitimately in America because they did do the Wii U re-release, and I know that doesn't affect, but still, like these other games, you can't play any kind of version of it in America legally. And all that egg stuff, I don't really know what the hell's going on there, but it just reminded me of Ready Player One, and that was not a good experience for me.
Okay. First off, what was your game again? Because I actually don't remember. It was not
Sega Gaga.
All right. First off, okay, that name sounds absolutely horrendous. All right. I don't know
called
who
Mother
decided.
3.
I think the game from LSD. I think they took that LSD and then decided to try and make that name. All right. That name just horrible. All right. So this game that you have described to me. All right. I don't think I would spend even like a sandwich if I made one out of it. All right. First off, that game. All right. You're trying to like bash other people like over their game about who's better. So you're like just verbally abusing somebody about how not getting a girlfriend. Okay, that yes will do some serious mental damage. All right, but you
like
can't
a
just say that to
tongue-in-cheek
people over their
satire
game.
type of game. It's not meant to be
You
taken.
can't do that over to somebody.
Like a
okay,
Leisure
just
Suit
because they're
Larry
trying
type
to
of
make another console. Saying something about them not having a girlfriend has nothing to do with it. All right, so if you're gonna really argue over console, you got the whole
it was like
Xbox
that
PlayStation thing.
type of mentality at the time. This game came out 20 years ago. You got to remember that too. Like people weren't as woke as they are today, which like yeah, and it's not like you're supposed to be playing this game as if like you're idolizing the main character. Like, it's like a satire, so you're kind of laughing at the whole concept.
No. You're how you describe the game to this. This is like a turn-based strategy game that you're trying to argue and try and keep a company alive about how your system is good than other people's systems. Okay, that sounds boring as hell for one, because you're just arguing over and over and over again. That's all you've told us.
It's
okay?
like any turn-based fighting game.
Okay, but other turn-based fighting games are good, like Final Fantasy VII. That was amazing.
Also good.
But that actually had a storyline to it. What is the storyline in this game besides trying to keep your company alive? You didn't say anything about that. You just said you bash other people about how your system is better to try and keep it alive. That sounds absolutely
The game is
stupid.
you are developing video games for Sega. You are working for the company Sega. You are one of the Sega of the name.
Sounds like Sega ran out of ideas for a game, so they want you to produce a game so they can release it later on. That's really what it sounds like. All right. That's all you're doing is arguing with other people about a system and trying to make a game for a company that's already dying. Okay. That sounds really, really, really stupid. I don't know who anyone would want to play that kind of garbage game. All right.
Okay, let's talk about your game. I don't even know what was going on.
All right.
We're talking about eggs for about 5 minutes.
I can't deny that.
Yeah, I'm lost on the egg. I'm lost on the
do
eggs.
with the eggs or what the eggs do.
All right. I haven't played this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what happened. So,
and you also admitted to not playing your game.
I will admit
how
to
am I
that.
supposed to take that seriously?
Hey, that shows that I got more balls because I can at least admit something that I've done. All right, I've not played the game, and I will gladly admit that. That shows that I got pride and
it shows that you don't
myself.
have any basis for what you're saying.
No, I got more confidence. All right, watch. I'm gonna win this.
Confidence is great, but if you don't have anything to back it up, then
I do have stuff to back up. You're not ready. Okay, you're not ready for this. All right, so Lucas. All right, any of you have ever seen any game that Lucas is in? It's god tier instantly, like Smash Bros. All right, they added Lucas, instant, amazing. All right, listen, he's mage. Okay, but your game doesn't have mages. They just yell at people. All right, this man can like set things on fire. Well, he says PK fire. All right, that sounds badass instantly. All right, so we got like Flint and there's other people, and then there's like this village, all right, that you start out with as like on fire. Okay, and you got to go save all these people, which already makes you a hero. Okay, in your game, you're just being a dick to people. That's all
I
you're
don't know.
doing.
Your game just kind of sounds like a retread of a bunch of other different types of games that
Well, again, this
not
game is an
being
old
done as
game
well.
too. You
And
can't just say
because
it's
it
a
wasn't being
remake
done
of
as
a
well, it
game.
wasn't released in America.
You
My game
can't
at least
say
tried
this
to
is a
do
remake of
something
a
a little
game.
bit
It's
differently.
old.
Just like LSD Dream Emulator also tried to do things differently. I just don't think that it was really much of a game, and it really didn't do things successfully. It was
I don't even know what LSD
not a great
Dreamer
simulation of
is. That's how-
LSD.
It's
That's how
not. It's
dumb
not
that is.
LSD. It's not LSD. It's lucid dream. It's
And
lucid
that
dreaming.
is time, folks.
Oh, Jessica, I wish you were about there. You were coming out with something, man. You stood back. I was looking for something right there.
I wasn't sure what was going on right there. So that's
No,
my
you're supposed
bad.
to argue. You're supposed to argue. You just you can interrupt at any time. You can interrupt at
yellow
any
for
time.
us.
Yeah. Don't worry about. Don't worry about.
do what I did and just sit back and take the punches.
Yeah.
Do it. It helps me out substantially.
Yeah, I left out a whole lot about my game, so I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna lose anyway.
So 3 more rounds.
All right. It's all right. It's all right. Wish I told Nightpat that first time, so we want to avoid that. Sorry about that, Nightpat. Wish we told you that.
That's fine.
So anybody got a question? Let me switch back to speaker mode. Sorry.
The only question I have is, you understand exactly how hated Lucas is?
How what?
How hated Lucas is as a character?
Lucas is amazing. All right.
He is
Listen,
the
in Smash Bros,
single
I
most
mained
hated
him.
character.
This is irrelevant.
Yeah.
True it is.
The question I said, do y'all have a question for them?
I don't have a
in the last-
question, no.
Okay.
I just hate him.
Zach, you got a question, man?
I do not. I've just been reading facts.
Gotcha. Angie, you got a question?
No.
Okay. Well, so yeah, this is tough because this is
Eggs.
question. The question I want to ask is, so if we could get this game in America, if you were to able to take this game and bring it to the American market, how would this game, how would it help maybe whether, how will it help a franchise? How would it affect it? Would it sell well? Why would your game sell well in America? Why would it sell better in America if you were able to be getting American release? Is that a good question?
Confusing.
I think what you're trying to say is, how would you market this in America?
There we go. That's what I want to know. I'm sorry. I apologize because I'm trying to find a good way of doing it. So Scott, how would you market this in America?
I mean, the same way they did it in Japan, just $200 and a wrestling mask. Joking. I would market it towards like that niche crowd of people who like TV shows like Community and like those very meta Rick and Morty, like basically anything Dan Harmon does. Just those very meta style of entertainment that people are just really consuming these days. So that's where I would lean with this game.
Okay, meta. I am keeping that wrestling match. Nah, I'm just playing. $200 in the match.
Hey man, I'll do that too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it works. That's a good one. Jessica.
I would probably market my game towards people who like not necessarily puzzle, but mystery and horror, but not like the jump scare type horror, more like the creepy type horror games, just because of how this game plays out in the long run. If you play it long term, it gets really creepy.
Right. All right.
Nightmare fuel.
Smoke.
All right, listen. I would try and buy the game if I was gonna have it out in the US and market it and just showing everything about Lucas, because if someone hates Lucas, that can't be a thing. I got to make everyone love Lucas.
Okay, make everyone like Lucas. Luke. Okay. Facts. It works. Sorry.
Yeah, does it though?
Shut up.
I'm gonna say Scott was dead on, considering the guy who created LSD Dream Simulator is actually generally an artist. Also, he's made several video games while adamantly saying he doesn't like video games, which is very confusing. So I don't even know where to go with that. Mother 3 does have an unofficial English fan translation, so Smoke was just lazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been rushing everything. This was literally last night he asked me.
Hey, save the Johns for later. And it was not the Sega guy was not the studio's last game. The last game was actually co-developed with Treasure and is Astro Boy Omega Factor for the Game Boy Advance. It's a very good game. There are other facts, but I feel like would color the judgment.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start with Night Pack. I'm gonna give Angie a break today, unless you really want to judge this. You can shake your head no. She giving her fingers like I don't care. Okay, cool. Night Pack. Who you thought won, man?
Okay, I was looking at some videos of LSD there, and found some videos I didn't want. But overall, I was confused by the description and even more by the videos.
Okay.
I don't really know what's going on with the Sega Gaga game. It just, I don't know, man. I'd have to go with Mother just because I know it the best.
Whoa!
Even though I absolutely hate Lucas in his very existence.
Wow! I mean, Scott's like, really? Okay. Zach, who you thought won, man?
Well, okay, I'm gonna go with Scott mostly because Smoke threw a lot of stuff at him, but nothing stuck because everything that Smoke wants is the opposite of the point of the game.
Right.
Like, you cannot change the point of the game. That would be, that wouldn't make sense.
Right.
So also Scott called you out when you said, well, you didn't even play Mother 3, and it's like, you lie, Smoke. You lie. It's not hard. It doesn't make you ballsy. It makes you bad at strategy.
Wow, you're an asshole.
Other than that, and LSD Dream Emulator, I have no problem with the game. It's just there isn't much game to it.
Right.
There just really isn't. So
right. So we got one for Mother 2 and one for Sega Gaga. Huh? Mother 3. My bad. Mother 3. Yeah, because Mother is basically Earthbound, so we understand that.
Oh, it is Earthbound. It's just Earthbound 2.
Oh, my bad. So look, Scott, yours is literally an imitation. It's literally simulations of different things. It has Sega cameos. It's something interesting. Jessica, you said it's a strange entity, weird process. It's basically mindfuck. Am I right?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, cool. I'll take that.
Your weirdest dreams.
yeah. Smoke. You're going around these islands collecting eggs. Emphasis on eggs, just like corn. I like that. I wish you just put some eggs on that. Anyway, Yeah, Scott was something against it was arguing. Yeah, I understand that. You said Dan Harmon, the meta for the selling point. Jessica, it's a piece of art. The name is not good. It's a mess. It's not much. I did like you say mystery and horror, and I do understand that without the jump scares, and I can understand that. Some people don't like jump scares; they just like a mystery, like Mist, and I can understand that. Smoke, the things against it was the eggs. You literally just kept bringing up the eggs, and they just kept throwing stuff at you. And you said it's basically to make people love Luke. I can understand that. So Jessica, I apologize. They just threw too much at you that just stuck. So I had to eliminate you in this, and it came down between Smoke and Scott. I had to agree with Zach in saying that Smoke, you tried to throw stuff at him, it just didn't stick. It really didn't stick. You were throwing everything you could. It just literally Scott was just literally just looking at the stuff just fall down from the screen. You just couldn't shoot a single bullet at him. It just sucked. It just didn't. You couldn't get him. You couldn't pierce the armor. I'm sorry. So I had to get this round also to Scott. So Scott, you get the first fight. Woo! Good round. Good.
Can I just say, Scott, you could have won this round immediately with two pieces of information. One, Sega Sanshiro is in this.
Yes! Sega Sancho, Sega Sancho.
And two, this was on the Dreamcast of all things.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like, that is a meta argument. That's a meta game if I've ever heard one. Wow.
I had that in my notes and I just didn't get to it. I didn't put it, I never said it out loud, but it's there.
Yeah. Come on, the idea of playing, like marketing it outside. It's the Dreamcast game that killed the Dreamcast.
They were taking digs at the PlayStation 2 also.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
Full disclosure though, I haven't played it either.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we thought so.
You just don't say it out loud.
Yeah, we don't. Might some people.
I played my game.
So, well, with that said, Angie, anything in the chat?
Not much going on in the chat. Nightpack and I are having sticker battle.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
Like in Mixer and stuff, you said like you can use your Sparks to send stickers in the chat, and Nightpack and I are like having a sticker war.
I mean, I'm looking at it and looking at the chat. It's got a lot of people in here. They just don't want to say nothing. I don't understand.
They're just shy. It's okay.
It's okay. If you want to talk, people. We don't mind. We don't bite.
I do.
I mean, rabies. I mean, that's all I'm thinking about.
Well, before we start talking about, let's go to question number 2, because Zach had to talk about fucking rabies.
Woo! 2 F-bombs.
It's better than scabies.
Scott just said 2 F-bombs.
Is it though?
He's so happy. Okay, he's starting to move along, but let's go. That's not for me. I'm saying let's move along.
Is it really worse? I don't think it's worse than rabies.
All right, move along.
I'll have this argument later.
All right, question number 2. Really?
Like I said, it's my whole train.
What is the best video game accessory? So this time we're going to start with Jessica, then we're going to go with Smoke, and then we're going to go with Scott. All right. So, Jess, what's your answer?
I went with gaming mouse. I have specifically the Logitech G600.
Okay,
that
cool.
I'm going off of.
See, we got it. So we're good. All right. Smoke.
VR headset.
You're just gonna mic drop that, did you? So Scott.
The Microsoft's Xbox Adaptive Controller.
Okay. All right, Jessica, you have the time. Andrew, you ready? All right, I'm gonna ring this bell. You may start your declaration now.
Just why I like it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay, so I personally like this because I play a lot of World of Warcraft. Hell yeah. So and other games like that. There's what is it? 12 buttons on the side, so 24 possible combinations plus a couple on the top, including the mod button under your ring finger. And I like that I can play my games one-handed. And I can eat or drink while I'm gaming. Yes, that's lazy. I don't care. And it fits very nicely, even in my tiny little hands. Yeah, I think that's actually all of my notes.
All right, fits in your hands. Okay. Smoke.
10 hands.
You ready? Okay. So VR headset. Okay. So I went with like the PlayStation VR headset. Okay, because like I own one. Okay, so I've been playing a lot of that. Okay, this gives you a whole immersive series into a bunch of different things. You get to feel what it seems like the character gets to feel at some point because you get a whole different vision of it. Okay, everything that's around you floods away because you get to put on this really, really nice headset. All right, so you put this on, right? You submerge yourself into different games. Like for instance, Resident Evil 7. Okay, you feel everything that he gets to feel because you're looking into all this stuff. Like when you go against the Baker family, all right, when you get to see the father, blow his own head off with his own Glock, right? You fall straight over. You get to see all that blood, and it's right in front of your face. You watch all that happen, and it sends chills up your spine. Okay, you feel all that. You can continue through any different game that you want. I mean, they even have Beat Saber. If you're a whole music kind of person, it really helps you get down beats in case, maybe you're like in band or, you need to practice like for certain games that you got to get a certain tempo in, and it helps you build muscle memory into that game. So you really get to move. You get exercise from this too. You can do a whole bunch of different stuff. Or like Super Hot, right? If you're into the whole like slow motion type of action, you can like move around and each thing gets to slide past you. There's a whole bunch of stuff for it, right? Or like even now they got The Walking Dead coming out, right? You get to have a whole submersive feel in the whole zombie apocalyptic games because you're feeling all this headset, right? You get to feel what everyone else is feeling. You get to see their world from their point of view, and it really, really freaks you out. Like there's people that have like the whole roller coaster thing. Even if you're just that new to it, you can feel the rush of like you're actually there, and it sends you into a whole nother world of like just imagination that you can do with it, right? So you're getting exercise, you're having fun, you can get chills, you can have thrills, you can have a whole bunch of stuff, right? So even like when you need a rest, you just take it off, you recuperate for a second, and you can slide it back on right next to the world because life sucks, right? Life sucks. We can all agree on this. So you get a headset, you can have a whole different world, and it can seem like all your problems float away because you're having fun, right? That's all I got.
Okay. The Walking Dead. Okay, Scott.
All right. The Xbox Adaptive Controller, it was designed for users with disabilities. So it was designed with the idea of opening up the world of gaming to like a whole new world. Like it was a lot harder for people with disabilities to play certain games, and now with the adaptive controller, it's become a lot more accessible. And it's a fairly low price considering what you're getting with everything. It's only $100. It's totally customizable. You can set it up in various ways with specific commands. You can change the pressure sensitivity depending on what disability you may have, and depending on obviously your user preferences. and you can even connect like a keyboard and mouse to it if that's something you would want to do. Though, I mean, since it's Xbox, you can just do that direct to the console anyway. But it's one of those like state of the art, like game changing devices that going forward is going to be so huge for gaming as an industry, because it just opened up the world in ways that like it wasn't available for the last 30-40 years of gaming.
All right. Gotcha. All right. Andrea, are you ready? All right. I'm going to go to the Galler mode. When I ring the bell, you may start now.
All right, so your mouse, okay? First off, right? For people that play PC, okay, right, I don't think you need like a giant, multiple adaptive mouse unless you're playing a very few specific games. So there's a lot of games you can play that don't require a giant mouse like that, like Rainbow Six Siege, For Honor, stuff like that. You don't need a giant mouse that has multiple different buttons. You just need a little bit of it. That's too much money, too much work for all that stuff, because you got to do button layouts. You gotta make sure you have everything built into this tiny mouse. It's got so much stuff into it because you said you have tiny hands. So I mean that works for your tiny controller, right? There's too much stuff because you click the wrong button. If you have giant thumbs like me, you can click different buttons at the wrong time, and that could completely screw up your gameplay. All right, that just sounds like a horrible time. All right.
As for the PS4 headset or the VR headset, I mean VR is still in like very early stages, still pretty rough, so it's not as immersive as I think you're making it out to be. And also, the things that you were saying sound more traumatizing than anything. Like
what are you talking
the
about?
guy dead being killed in front of you.
You know what you're in for, okay? This is virtual reality, okay? That's literally what VR stands for.
You were also really focusing on exercise. These are gamers. Gamers don't like exercise.
What about people with vertigo? They can't wear a VR headset.
Or the blind.
Well, then that sucks to suck. I don't know what else to say to that. You buy a VR headset. That's just what you do. You don't think, oh, I'm going to buy this and think it does a completely opposite thing if you know you're going to have problems. Okay? If you know that there's going to be like some type of horror games, you don't even have to play horror games with it, right? I'm just saying that can give you a whole different feel of things. All right. I'm not saying you have to go into like the whole like really, really, really heavy stuff. You can go with a more chill thing because there's like different games that you could vibe out with, right? That's how the cool people say it these days. You can like there's like some of them where the people have made where you can like walk in parks. You can have like really chill music going on in case you need to take a deep.
You can just go walk in a park.
You could. You very well could.
You could. But if you're an introvert like me, you don't want to leave the comfort of your own bed at the same time of also enjoying the park. Okay.
You want to play games where people are getting murdered in front of you.
But you could do that. I mean, everyone plays
the idea of the headset itself. Just talking about the headset itself, it just feels very claustrophobic because you're putting this thing on your eyes, and it just, it's not something that I think a lot of people are as open to as with other new types of gaming. So I don't know if VR is.
And I wouldn't be able to wear it anyways. I got glasses.
That it is right now. I think eventually it's going to have to get to glasses or something else, something a little bit less intrusive.
They got special things with people in glasses.
And to counter my mouse, by the way, it's only like a $30 mouse, and it's very versatile, and also it's RGB.
It's
other perk. It's rainbow. It's rainbow.
My big thing about that at the end of the day is that it is like ultimately just a mouse. Yeah, it has buttons, so you can do a little bit more with it, but it's a mouse.
It's just a normal thing.
Primarily a PC gamer, that is a huge thing for me, and that is a huge thing for a lot of us PC gamers. Is we prefer certain mice, so there's a cattail.
I feel like with your disability thing though, okay, I feel like that also can limit people even with disabilities, okay? Because there's like a lot of limited games you can't play. All right. Because like say some games got like a tactical thing like Rainbow Six, right? How are you going to play it with that little picture that I just saw? How are you going to play Rainbow Six on something like that? All right. You're limiting.
That's why you also have a keyboard to go along with it.
That's
okay. All right.
You have a keyboard and a mouse.
You plug in different devices and different like
you could use it alongside a Razer Tartarus and use both, or if you just want to use your keyboard.
I'm not attacking your mouse anymore. I'm talking about the disability thing. Yeah. All right. Listen. Okay. So you're trying to play Rainbow Six on that, right? You can't do that because you only got a few things, right? You're limiting someone that's already limited on what they can do. Okay, so if they can use
you're
controller-
literally opening up the world to those gamers who couldn't have played any games before this. This is now opening up
It wouldn't be
games
too hard.
to
You know,
other
I've seen people play with their feet.
Yes, it sucks that they
I've seen
can't play
people
this
do a
one
lot of
specific
things with their
game that
feet.
you're talking about, but the fact that they're able to play any of these other games is pretty
No,
impressive
people-
considering like they weren't able to do it before.
No. People could do things with their feet. All right. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of weird things with their feet. All right. But don't take that that way. Don't take that that way. We're not going there. All right.
You did it first.
She said. All right. So listen. All right. That little disability thing. All right. You're bringing all that stuff down. All right. Well, in the VR.
No, I'm
headset,
not. That's what the
you don't even
thing was
have to do
designed for.
something.
That's what this controller was designed for.
You can send a whole immersive thing because if they're disabled, okay, they might be able to do a whole bunch of things that like people. Like for instance, they're in
Yeah,
a
I know.
wheel-
That's why this controller was made.
That's what
This controller was made because gaming up until
Nope,
this point
nope.
has not been catered towards them. So
And
now they
that
have a
is
device
time,
that allows
folks.
you to play.
Oh, Jesus. That was more hotter than the last round. Anybody got a question besides defeat? Night Pack.
My question is, what does that was more hotter than the last round mean?
I don't know. Shut up.
Why
means
is it
with the
me
feet.
thinks when I talk about the feet?
Yeah, I think it
I
was a
don't
feet
like
thing.
feet. Feet are gross.
Yeah. But anyway, anybody got a question besides the stuff that I talked about? Zach.
No,
What?
I was sneezing.
Oh, okay. Andrew, you got one? Night Pack.
Let's see. Considering price, what does your peripheral bring to the table that the others don't?
That's actually a good question. I like that. All right, Jessica, what does your device bring that the others don't?
Well, it's pretty much affordable to anyone. You can buy it for same price as probably a full tank of gas in a small vehicle. And it is very versatile, can be used for probably any PC game. I wouldn't know because I haven't played them all. But yeah, and you can get different tops for it. It'll be different shapes for different people's hands. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Smoke.
You get a whole nother feel of reality that none of those things bring to you. You get to actually feel what everything's feeling.
Okay, feel. All right. Scott.
You get a controller that was designed for people who don't normally have access to most games, and it's completely customizable. And for the price of $100, I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Okay. Zach, facts.
Fact, I'm pretty sure that Smoke is entirely mistaken on how the adaptive controller works.
Right.
Because the point is that there's plugins on the top row that mean you can plug in pretty much anything to it to be substituted for other types of controls. That's the idea. So you basically, anything that has a digital control to it, you can hook up to it. It's like,
okay.
So you're unlimited by that. The mouse, the G600, is good reviews. And it is not that expensive at all. Like it's a and she is 100% right. PC gamers are incredibly picky about their mice. That's why I have a trackball. Because I'm incredibly picky. The PlayStation VR, I think we're all aware what VR is at this point. I mean, does anyone need it explained to them?
Explain to what?
What VR is.
Yeah. Zach, you are the most profound person to give the information. Go ahead and tell them what VR is.
I would know because you're just being an idiot now.
All right. Who you thought won?
I have for me, it's between the mouse and the adaptive controller, just because the PlayStation VR is limited by its very nature. You know, that you need VR games.
Right.
Whereas, like, the adaptive controller actually isn't even like console locked.
Right.
So a PlayStation 4 user could even get that to work. Although PS4 also can take mouse inputs. I didn't know if you knew that, Scott. It can just fine. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the adaptive controller just because it has more of a purpose on its own.
Right.
Where as much as I understand being very picky about mice,
right,
which I do understand,
right,
a lot.
Right.
Like I have like 3 trackballs lying around just in case.
Right.
So, but no, Scott's makes the most sense to me.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go next, and then I'm gonna let Andrew go. Look, Jessica, you said it's it's 24 possible combinations. You can play your game with it fits in your hands. Smoke, you said you can see everything. The vision, you can feel whatever the character feel, which we already said bullshit. Scott, you said it's designed to help people with disabilities, and that's true. Jessica, you said the things against it was it's just a mouse, and you probably really, unlike last time, you literally came back and just started coming back with some facts and saying it's $30, it's very affordable, it has the rainbow, as you said, and it's affordable. And one thing you also said, it's customizable, and that's something interesting. Smoke, you said basically feel it. You could to get into the immersive experience and feel. It's traumatizing. Vertigo. You could just go on a walk in the park. Okay. Scott. Limitation to your games. We already. Zach already proved that is false. But it's basically giving people, people with disabilities, a way to play the game, which is something honorable and something great. Look, Smoke, you're out of this. They literally pound you they literally came after you like hard. They teamed up on you, just destroyed your whole argument. So it came down between Jessica and Scott. Scott, I admit yours is doing a admiral thing, and it's something interesting. I just want to say that it is your device is doing good. It's doing good. I admit that. I acknowledge that your thing is doing good. But I have to go with Jessica because it's customizable, and there could, no offense, there's some people that probably have a disability that probably has one hand, and they could possibly use that mouse to customize it for themselves. So there is some good with the mouse too. Now, granted, if you don't have no hands or something, this is something perfect for you. But this is like the biggest last. I'm not trying to say nothing bad. I'm trying to say this is like the biggest last resort where you literally can't function or do something with your hands or something. Where hers, if you have at least one hand, you can play this. You can use her mouse. So slight edge to Jessica. So we're 1-1. I know I sounded bad, didn't I, Zach? Zach?
I'm just gonna let you dangle on that rope.
I didn't want to say nothing to that. I just was trying to say I agree with him. It's something good, but I'm just saying I gotta go with Jessica. Andrew?
Well, chat is saying that VR is just too pricey. Being too literal on the feel argument because they personally don't like feel the katana like when they play Fruit Ninja.
Right. But who you thought won?
Come from? I don't know, but I would not stick around.
Yes, we love silence. Okay. Andrew, who you thought won?
I don't know. I was kind of torn between the adaptive controller and the mouse, but having gone more recently into more PC gaming and really appreciating the extra keys on my mouse, I am also going to vote for the mouse.
Okay, so we're all for the mouse. So yes, got.
Honestly, if I still get a vote,
No, I mean, yeah. Well, I'll let you. We're trying to flip it because I was gonna let you do the chat and let Angie. But who you would have went? But it's
honestly,
Jessica, you got the point. Yeah.
I would have had to go with the adaptive controller. Just the fact you can slap it on anything.
Right.
Like I can run this thing on a toaster.
No, I'm not trying to say it's not.
No, to me, it's that you can literally hook up the mouse to the adaptive controller.
Oh,
That'd be a huge factor.
Oh, yeah, but Scott didn't say that, though.
I know, but
yeah, he didn't say that. Yeah, if Scott would have said that, then yeah, that would have hurt her.
He said he could. No, he said he could hook up a mouse and keyboard to it.
Yeah, but
just looking at the price of the average headsets, going from $150 to over $1,500. That's a little much for a gaming setup. That's just a bulky headset.
You're talking about the VR? Yeah, I wasn't going for the VR. Yeah. Sorry. So Jessica, you move on. You get a point. Scott, like I said, your answer was good. Nothing wrong with your answer. It's just I thought hers was just a little bit better.
I do have to step away for just a moment. Bear with me.
No problem, man. No problem. Well, while you're stepping away, Angie, what are they saying in the chat? Sorry.
The VR stuff and the real feel about like the Blade and Fruit Ninja.
Okay, who is still playing Fruit Ninja? That's my question.
That would be Zero.
Why are you still playing Fruit Ninja?
Do we all got like a free speech now since we're waiting?
You said what?
Do we all got like free speech now since we're waiting?
Yeah.
Y'all hurt my feelings. None of you.
Good.
All right, listen. All right, a PC costs a shit ton of money. All right, so a headset for like 150 or something is not too much. All right, it's like
You're assuming you already have the PC.
Yeah, how much does the PC cost?
Are you talking after I've upgraded it? Because I've put over $1,000 into my bill.
All right, that's $1,000 right there.
But that's
That's over time.
It does not seem too bad to put like $100 into a headset, or just put like $10 aside and wait a while.
When you also have the console for it.
You can always do whatever. You can sell some crap, like it's not that hard.
You can do more
really
with
affordable if you just sell all your personal possessions.
Yeah.
When I started, my PC was the same as a console.
Look, you're not gonna get them on your side. They don't get it.
Also, Scott, also Zach, Zero said because I can. And I'm gonna read it in what he said. Because I can, Zach.
The only argument I have true confidence in myself is argument 4, because I don't feel that confident in 3 either. So I'm prepared to lose.
Okay. Are we sure you're sober?
Wait,
as something.
were we supposed to be?
I mean, he said he was sober. I'm saying about us having to be sober. Trust me.
I have to be sober. Like, I can't do anything. I can't even drink. They breathalyzed me. All right. I can't do shit.
So we got us a Full Metal Jacket situation.
I want to cry.
I mean, who's stopping you?
Yeah.
The military. I'll get a dishonorable discharge, 2 years in jail, and a $200,000 fine. That's
No, I was talking about the cry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did they tell you not to cry?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds highly unethical and illegal.
Yeah, you know what? It sounds more like Full Metal Jacket.
It really is. This is my situation. All right.
I mean, I hope we don't. I hope we don't hear that you go into the bathroom and get a gun and just literally just start saying 7, 8, 6 million.
Yeah. That's
Full Metal Jacket.
And then I'll start singing Mickey Mouse when I'm dying.
Ah, damn it. See, Zach, it is a good movie.
It really is a good movie.
It's a good movie. I love Full Metal Jacket.
Zach, do we have to fight? Do you want to
About
throw
what?
hands?
About what?
You saying Full Metal Jacket's not a good movie?
No, I said. It's
All right,
not
I got you, Scott. Sorry about that, man.
So
So let's go ahead and get the Night Pack will come in when he does. All right, so guys, let's go ahead and get the third question started because we got to get on question number 3. So Zach, what is question number 3? I'm gonna let Andrew read it.
Question 3, you said?
Yes, I think we're on question 3.
Correct.
Okay.
Question 3 is, what is the best Lego game?
Oh God, Smoke. What is your answer?
Lego Batman 2.
Zach, you got it.
I got it somewhere. Give me a sec.
Okay.
No.
No, that's the answer that
That's
lost.
not it.
Sorry, I'm having.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay.
Okay.
Lego Batman 2. Okay. Scott, what is your answer?
Lego City Undercover.
Awesome. Jessica.
Lego Indiana Jones.
Okay, cool. That sounds right. Sky. No. It's Smoke. Smoke. You got time. I'm gonna ring the bell. You may start now.
Okay, so Lego Batman 2, right? So first off, you can't go bad with Legos and Batman. Okay, there's only one thing better than those two things, and that's if you combine them. All right. So you got this full immersive story, okay, of children's toys and the best vigilante ever. All right. So you got these two things combined, and then you go through, this really, really good storyline, and you get to do these little puzzles on the way of building. You get different suits that you can use. You go through a lot of different bad guys, like the Riddler, Ivy, Lex Luthor. There's giant parts where you're fighting the Joker, I think, on a giant robot. I haven't played this game since the Wii, so they're like fighting on a giant robot while it's falling off like the Bruce Wayne tower. So you're like having this giant, fight. You're going through all this stuff, and you got your trusty sidekick Robin over there, and who's just chilling. He's helping you out the best way he can while being a knucklehead because everyone loves Robin as a knucklehead. So, there's different stuff onto it. There's little side quests. You can cruise around sometimes. There's different forms of bad guys, for different groups. So like Riddler's got his own minions, Joker's got his own minions, the Penguin's got his own minion. You got all these different groups, and you get to go against them. And we all know the best part about the game is collecting the little Lego pieces to get all them points up, because everyone has always worked for that, right? That's a thing everyone's done. And you got different puzzles that require different things, like changing all them outfits. So like you got like Ice Batman. You got like, I think there's a metal one. A lot of stuff. Okay, that's all I have.
All right. Scott.
Okay, Lego City Undercover is like GTA for kids. You're an undercover cop named Chase McCain, and it's a whole open world. And instead of like in GTA, doing crimes, you are stopping crimes. And it's one of the few Lego games in recent memory that like takes a risk and actually does something original instead of relying only on existing IP. It's got some really good gameplay. It's pretty funny. There's a lot of like Simpsons style parodies and like little Easter eggs that you find in the background as you're going around. The gameplay is very similar to GTA. You know, you can drive around in cars, you can explore the open world, but it's also, you know, takes a lot of elements from the other Lego games, like those Lego IP games, and expands on them in interesting ways.
All right. Jessica.
So Lego Indiana Jones. Oh god, it's been years. It's
Yeah, what is
adventure.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
so
dun.
it's very adventurous, like the movies, honestly, and I very much like how it the representation of the movies is very much there, but there's also a lot of comedic relief involved too. The puzzles aren't super hard to get through. It's, you know, a child could play it easily. You know, it's family fun, and I think that's important. It's very colorful, and I think the cutscenes are one of my favorite parts because of it's again very adventurous, and you kind of feel like you're there, experiencing those, whatever it may be, whether you're jumping off a cliff or there's, you know, the famous ball falling and it's chasing you down the hallway or whatever. Reading notes. I like to call it classic with a twist because it's kind of like the classic Indiana Jones movies, but with the Lego twist, and it's very bright and colorful, and you can whip things and just swing, and it's very much like you'd expect it to be.
Right. Gotcha. Done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Jessica, let it go. Indiana, let it go. Favorite line from that film. All right.
Boy.
All right. So we're going to go to Galler mode. I'm going to ring the bell. Andrew, you ready? All right. Here we go. Third round. Ready to go now.
Okay, my problem with these two games is that, like a lot of the Lego games now, they're so heavily reliant on existing IP that they become kind of bound by what you can do in those existing IP. And at the same time, somehow they also feel weirdly similar to other games of that, like, you know, like the Lego Star Wars, Lego Harry Potter's, all those types of games. They all kind of feel like in their own world, in their same world, while my game kind of allows the creators to do something a little bit more experimental, something that like even with the games like Indiana Jones, they've made like the Uncharted games, which are like Indiana Jones video games.
Hang on. You can't use that as an argument. If you said your game is literally GTA, you can't say her game is like Uncharted, and you can't say anything about my game.
You didn't let me get to my point.
Being pulled together.
You didn't let me get to my point. My point is that there are other games similar to your two games that are accessible to children. GTA is not a kid's game. You can't let kids play GTA. So Lego City Undercover is more accessible to those kids.
There is other free roam games that you could let other people play. That it's
but
not
this is Lego, so we're talking about Lego games.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's a kid version of it. Okay, for ours, kids can watch it. Okay, but there's also crude humor jokes that parents understand. As for a lot of things,
yeah, but my point is that there are other games that are acceptable to kids that are available to kids on the game that are better than these Lego games. Like if a kid has the choice between playing a Batman game, they're going to probably pick Arkham over Lego.
No, if you have a kid, they're most likely gonna. Yeah, that is also a factor, age range. I can agree with her on that. No. If people are going to pick Batman, they're going to pick that over like a GTA knockoff, all right? Because if they're both Lego games and they have a choice between it, they're going to think, oh yeah, Batman, because you know Superman might be in that, you know, because kids are into things like that. They
but
like
a parent is going to be more likely to buy like an Arkham game because hey, I can also play the Arkham game. And my kid can play the Arkham game. There's no problem with it.
I don't understand. Okay, but the age range for what the Arkham game, I honestly don't know what it is. It's probably rated M or something like PG-13 to M. Okay, that's what I assume it is, right? So why would you let your kid play that first off?
Either way, I don't think kids should be playing adult.
Yeah.
Like that. Or that's GTA. Not okay.
No kids should be playing
that kids will be playing GTA, which is why
they should not be playing GTA.
Why are you trying to have your kid play a knockoff of GTA and then try and come at
It's
us when we're
GTA from
trying
the
to have
perspective
kids
of the
have a
police.
fun
They're taking
time
out
with
I
criminals.
think
Legos
that they should be
and
playing
stuff?
Indiana Jones because it's an adventure and it gets them thinking and it's a learning experience for
Well, it's
children.
not that just that we have puzzles too. Like I got puzzles in my games, all right. But having a
puzzles in my
real
games.
like we have superheroes. over
I'd be
here, right?
better.
All these
I think
kids
it's better
love
to compare
superheroes.
mine to like the Legend of Zelda with all the puzzles.
Yeah, like if you have puzzles and stuff like that, that has nothing to do with it, right? Because all of our games have puzzles. They're all Lego games, all right? That's just a fact. All right. But listen, if we got superheroes, okay, because all the kids, you always see all these kids, like in Halloween, for instance, are wearing all these like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, stuff like that. They're wearing that type of merch, okay? Because that's where the real people are. Okay. So
Because
they're
they've been brainwashed by games like
people that
Lego
are
Indiana
younger.
Jones and Lego
Yeah, but if we're
Batman 2.
talking about like a younger kid range, because that is what you brought up, then they're going to come for this game instead of Indiana Jones. Because how many of them are actually going to know what Indiana Jones is as a little kid? None of them. Okay, how many of them are going to know what GTA is?
Which is
None of
why
them,
I
because
say
that's
that
a
it's a
good parent.
family
This isn't-
experience because the parents will know and then they can get their children to play it and their children will enjoy it.
But their parents,
Your games are literally like
because they want to
kid
play with
versions of
Batman.
these adult properties. My game is just its own game. It's in the style of a GTA game, which, like you said, many other open world games do. But this is something that is more easily acceptable for like if a parent wants their kid to play like an open world style game, why not Lego City Undercover? Because it's acceptable for kids. It's got the similar type of gameplay, and who
But then
knows,
that's
maybe they've
all it
already
is.
played
After you
other
beat
Lego
the
games,
story,
and
it's just nothing.
they're already open to the gameplay.
You're just going around doing nothing. Like if you beat the story in GTA, you're just going around and doing nothing. You're playing on the multiplayer. But most likely, Lego Undercover Story is probably not going to have multiplayer. Okay, because you know how bad the language would be on that. It doesn't matter the age range. You know how it is. Okay, so
What
if
does that have to do with my game as it is?
Because after the storyline, okay, because there's probably a storyline to it. I haven't played Lego Undercover, okay, because I got over Lego games a long time ago. So if people are playing that after the story, it gets boring. You just do the same thing every single time. You're just driving around in a car.
You're talking about the sequel to a Lego Batman game. How is that not exactly the same?
There's different stories.
All of these Batman games are exactly the same. And my game has a story too.
Characters.
My game has a story and characters too.
But
Your game
there's
has
a
a
lot
story
more
and
to mine
characters
than
that are
there is
based
for
on
yours.
other characters
Why
that
do you
already
think-
exist.
How many Lego Undercover games was there compared to how many Lego Batmans there were? How many Lego Indiana Jones there were?
I'm not arguing that Batman is a more popular character. I'm
And
arguing
that
this
is
a better
time,
game.
folks.
All right. That means shut up. Okay. All right. Anybody got a question? Zach? Andrew? Damn it. Didn't even let me call your name. All right. So yeah. Damn, y'all made me write a lot. Well, I established why each game is better than the other, and y'all argued that. I want to know. Why this is tough. I'm gonna give you a minute to argue. Give you a last minute argument with no interruptions. Okay, how's that sound? Is that better? That's that good, Zach?
I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? All right, Smoke. Closing thoughts.
All right, okay. So mine, okay. If we're talking about Legos, okay, because Legos and type of kids range, you got all the different type of Lego games, but most likely kids are going to go after something superhero like, because let's be real here, all kids love superheroes. Okay, it's just a fact. Okay, you might be getting into all that Fortnite stuff now, but superheroes is where it's at.
Okay, kids superhero love. Gotcha. Scott.
My game embodies the message of the Lego movie. It allowed the creators to be more creatively free than these other two games, because these other two games are bogged down by the existing IP that has been, in Batman's case, has been in existence for nearly 100 years, and Indiana Jones 35, 40 years, I don't even know. But this game allows that creative freedom that the creators would not have otherwise.
Okay. Everything is awesome. So that's what you're trying to say.
Everything is awesome. Yes.
Everything is awesome. Okay, cool. Scott, that's why I love you, man. Okay, Jessica.
So I think that in the Indiana Jones one is definitely more of a family experience. I just kind of want to focus on that just because of I know a lot of us are focusing on children's things specifically, but I think that it could start as a family thing, and where the parents would probably know who Indiana Jones is. And I think it's just a good learning experience. Gets the kids thinking, gets them, it's been proven that puzzles are, good for the brain, good for memory, all sorts of stuff for, a young mind.
Okay. Zach, facts.
Facts. I do think children will know who Indiana Jones is. Seeing as it's the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark, is rated PG, and I have actually seen it run on children's networks. So probably. Why it's rated PG, considering the head exploding, I do not know, but it is.
Okay.
All these games except Scott's were developed by Traveler's Tales. And honestly, there's really not much substance to really know about them.
Right.
I mean, they are what they say on the tin, as the British would say.
Okay.
So,
Andrew, who you thought won? Going right to you, seeing that you didn't even let me say anything. You shook your head.
I was just, jumping the gun because I knew you were going to ask me anyway. I don't know. It's kind of hard because I'm just more bummed that nobody said Lego Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, well, our original guest was going to pick Lego Star Wars. So,
I see.
Yeah.
But I've played these other Lego games and I enjoy them very much. But I think I'm going to go with
It's really
Indiana
tough.
Jones.
All right, yeah. All right. Zach, who you thought won, man?
I mean, I remember playing Batman games growing up, and I remember actually playing the Indiana Jones point and clicks. But I also don't think I would have personally as a child, I would not have accepted these from a third party that would slap together with something else. That's
right.
Wasn't in my nature. I'd go, why is Batman Lego now?
Right.
Also, Robin is not always portrayed as stupid. Smoke, I don't know where you got that. Considering anything else about it. It's really hard to tell these apart for me, honestly.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Scott simply because the others two are too similar for me to discern the qualities between them. The other ones are following a preset path. This one isn't. We all as adults know how Indiana Jones movies end. We know how the Batman series stuff ends.
Yeah.
So I can't really. I will also say it's the only one updated or remaster for current gen systems.
Right. So this is very, 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 very tough, as we all know. Yeah, this is super hard.
Back off the phone.
Looking at something. Shut up. Okay. So you said Smokey said fully immerse you into the storyline. Different Batman. Rose. It gives you Batman's Rose Gallery. Some interesting. Scott, you said it's GTA for kids, undercover cop, and it's the best great game, and it's got good gameplay. Jessica said it's very Indiana Jones is it's very adventure like the movies. The puzzles are not hard and it's very colorful. Things against it. Both basically Scott just basically said it's what Zach is saying, that it's literally limited by the fact of the scale of the movies. So but you argue that against that well with just saying basically in your own in basically in my words, nostalgia, which is something interesting because no offense, everybody's seen Batman and everybody at least seen one Indiana Jones film. Do you like it or not, Zach? So and the things against Scott was, it's the kids' game should not be basically a GTA knockoff. They're right. But I understand it's from the cop purview, but you said that and it really hurt you a little bit. So let me be honest. I can't eliminate nobody in this one because they were all great arguments. Y'all all did good. Even your end of the arguments made sense. So you really made this super hard for me to pick. Smoke, I do like yours. It's interesting. I do love Batman. If Active Night Pack was here, I'd probably give this to him so he'd just pick it. So because just to wimp out and let it give him to him, but I had to pick. Right now, I love Smoke. I love your answer. I love it to death. But it's coming down between Jessica and Scott to me. Because I did play Lego Batman, but the way you describe it wasn't the Lego Batman that was in the picture. But then again, I might be wrong because I was thinking it get to play the movies. So it came down between Scott and Jessica, and dang, they're both so similar, but just to get the thing over with, I'm gonna go with Scott on this one, strictly because he said something interesting that literally set it apart, where he said it embodies what the message of the Lego movie was, which is building things, you building to create something. And I think that's something that's good. While I do love Jessica's, it's just basically the indie experience, which I love. It's just that was just a better one for me. So Scott won this one. Sorry, Jessica. And I'm sorry, Smoke. I'm sorry, man.
Kind of surprised, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was really wanting to pick Indy, but yeah, the more logic sits in, so it just set in. I really wanted to pick it. Huh?
I've not had anyone help me out.
It's okay, man. We have, once again, we have an item that you can use in the last round, Smoke, so you can get automatically 2 points. But we know you don't want to use it. You just want to have fun.
I got this. Okay, I got this last one.
Do you want to? So you want to use the item so automatically get you 2 points?
Watch me. No. I got my answer. Okay, my answer.
Okay. All right. So Angie, while I'm doing this, what are they saying in the chat?
They're surprised nobody said Lego Star Wars. They knew Indy as a kid. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. So we're trying to end this a little bit early so Scott can get off early. So question number 4, the final question of the night, which is Angie, will you read that, please?
Question 4 is, what game character would make the best Batman for use in the Arkham series?
All right. So we're gonna start with Scott, then Jessica, then Smoke. And you know, people, we got photos of this. Get ready to laugh. I'm actually good. I'm gonna actually do this so good because I want to get Andrew's reaction when we show these photos. And so Scott, what is your answer?
My answer is Ryu Hayabusa from the Ninja Gaiden remake series.
Zach. There we go. There we go. There's her reaction, people. There's her reaction. Look at her laugh. It is so funny. Okay. Next, Jessica.
I was going with Wario from the Mario series.
Another one. Here we go, people. The funny reaction. She is gone. Woo! You didn't think I was going to get away with it this time. Why? Okay. Smoke.
So you're gonna win this. I said Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs. Look at that face. That's an instant dub for me.
Okay. All right, before we go on, I want to point out Matt gave me all of your answers wrong.
Oh, my bad.
Did he?
Every single one of your answers was wrong.
Well,
That-
He
that-
probably thought it was like. He probably thought it was like the person that was before me because legitimately this was last second I joined in.
yeah.
Like,
I have been arguing you completely on the fly.
Yep, I'm aware. I knew nothing.
Well, it's the first, people. All right. So with those beautiful pictures out the way, and we're trying to move this along. Scott, give us your argument for why Ryu Hayabusa should be in the Arkham series as Batman.
Okay, well, sorry. First of all, he is the ultimate ninja. He is stealthy. He has tragedy in his history, just like Batman. He's hardened his heart, just like Batman. He received training from his uncle at the Shadow Ninja Fortress. He already hides his face behind a mask, so the vigilante life isn't going to be that tough for him. When he lost his best friend, which set him on a path of revenge, he respects his enemies, and he looks good in black.
All right. Looks good in black. Okay. Jessica, why? Why? Wario.
Why?
Why?
Wario has money and loves money, and Batman has money. He is super strong, super fast, and durable. He is great in hand-to-hand combat, as seen in fighting games that he has been in, or fighting in games that he has been in, I should say. He already has a bike. We just need to Batmanify it. He has already been in multiple disguises, so throwing him into a different suit altogether should be no problem. And Wario Man already exists. Just Batmanify it. And a silly one. The W kind of looks like a Batman logo.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of Wario Man. God.
Wario Man exists.
Wario Man exists. I had to put that down. Okay. Smoke, top that.
All right, Aiden Pierce. Okay, if any of you have ever played the Watch Dogs, this man is a deity. Okay, this man's is the best. All right, he walks around packing heat. Okay, just like Batman. All right, Batman. Some people was like, oh, he doesn't kill people and stuff like that. Well, like if you seen one of the movies, I forgot which one it was. It was the newer ones. He had like miniguns attached to his flying contraption, just destroying people. All right, he shredded them. All right, so Aiden's already got that down. Okay, he's mysterious. He disappears without a trace. He's already a vigilante. He's used to like covering his face and moving amongst the people. And then Bruce Wayne, which is we all know it's Batman. He's like a people person. But like Aiden Pierce, when he's not being all sneaky, he's got family he protects. He's got a few friends. He's always doing stuff. They both have a lot with technology. They both learn things pretty quick. Like Aiden can hack literally anything he wants to. And Batman is used to like building a bunch of crazy stuff. He's tapping into networks, he's doing all this crazy stuff. He's doing it quickly. All right. Aiden, he's mysterious like they both are, okay? And like there's different deals, there's different baddies that they have taken down, and they both stop like giant crime lords. So I mean, definitely Aiden Pierce would work out for this.
Okay. All right. Seeing that Scott probably would go at 940. If Scott get this point, he wins. If he don't, then possibly night. I'll literally let Smoke argue in his place. If he wins, and Scott moves on to the semifinals. We'll do it like that. Okay. So you get to argue, people. Get ready. Angie, you ready? All right. I'm ringing the bell. You may go.
Okay, Aiden Pierce is maybe the most boring and forgettable character who's ever led a video game ever.
Don't even know who that is.
What are you talking about?
He
Aiden
was so
Pierce
boring
is
they replaced him in the sequel.
God tier. He was so good.
They got rid of him in the sequel. He was literally only in one scene, only seen on a security feed. He's not even worth their time. Not only that,
about?
Batman's whole deal is fear. He instills fear in the criminal underworld. Aiden Pierce's whole deal is hiding and doing things through computers.
I'm pretty sure Aiden Pierce, the first Watch Dogs game was built entirely around him. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you lost me.
And it was terrible. The first one is like the equivalent to the first Assassin's Creed game. It was okay as like a base, but the second one did everything way better. And the second one, they replaced the character.
He had this entire game. You can't say he had one scene if he was in the literal entire game.
No, I said he's in one scene in the sequel.
Okay, that's the sequel. I'm talking about Watchdog. I didn't say the second one.
I know he was so boring that they replaced this character with a more interesting one.
Okay, Watch Dogs. Okay, first one. Okay, I'm talking about the first Aiden Pierce, the real,
with the most boring lead character of all time,
the OG. Okay, the real man, the one that packs the most heat that you've ever seen. He's got it more than that.
If he was such a good character, why did they replace him in the second game?
Because he got a lot of stuff to do. If you played the first, he already had stuff he was going on about. He had to leave and stuff like that because he had to make sure he was getting stuff done. Okay.
Because after the first Mario didn't have other things to do, so they just they replaced him.
No, that's not true. Okay, generally
if a character is good, they keep them for the series. They don't get rid of them. But on to Wario. Wario is a villain. Villains can't be Batman. He doesn't have ninja training.
But that's why it makes it even funnier for him to be Batman.
I'll give you that, but he'd be a terrible Batman. Everybody would know where he is all the time. They'd just hear his weird laughter. And
but in an alternate universe where he is Batman, it would be fantastic.
In like a Lego Batman game, I'd give you that, but I mean, obviously that would be a different.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know this was Arkham specific when I was asked the question.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. It did not stay Arkham specific. I was like, just best Batman. I was like, oh, that's easy. Did not read it. I did not see the Arkham thing. Anyways, I don't know who your character is. First off, Scott,
Ninja Gaiden?
You don't know?
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden. Come on.
I don't know how to argue.
But you expect people to know Aiden Pierce?
Right.
Sorry.
Aiden Pierce is God tier. Everyone knows
Aiden Pierce is garbage. Aiden Pierce
is my father.
Aiden Pierce was so bad. They were like, nope, we're going to replace him with a much more interesting person. The same way they did with Ezio in Assassin's Creed 2.
Aiden Pierce,
everybody is more interesting than Aiden Pierce.
I will tattoo Aiden Pierce on me.
What is Aiden Pierce's background? He's just a dude who hacks.
He doesn't have a background because he's deleted it all.
Because he's garbage.
He's a hacker.
He's not
trash. It's not true.
Aiden Pierce.
I truly don't know how to argue against you. I truly don't. I cannot. I don't know your character.
This sounds like the guy next door. Like
Ryu Hayabusa is one of the most famous ninjas in all of video gaming history.
Never heard of him before in my life.
Oh my god!
I promise you, I've never heard of this man.
Like, I don't. When did the first Ninja Gaiden come out? In like in the early '80s?
I don't know. I have no idea. Never heard of it.
Ninja Gaiden
I
has been
don't
around
know
for a
who
long
that
time. There
is.
have been several games in the series remake since they've been remaking them from the PS2 on.
I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. I'm not
And
even kidding.
nobody outside of people who have played Watch Dogs 2 know who Aiden Pierce is, and I know that because he was in a video camera.
It's a Ubisoft game. Everyone has played Ubisoft games.
Everyone has played
hated
Watch
it.
Dogs
It's
2. because
Ubisoft.
Watch Dogs 2 was the good
Ubisoft
one.
has
Watch
it.
Dogs 2
Okay,
was
Ubisoft
trash.
knows.
Or
They
Watch Dogs
made
1
it.
was trash. Sorry.
It's not. It wasn't trash.
It was. I played it all the
Watch
way
Dogs 1.
to the
I
bank.
had at least like 500 hours on it. Okay, it was that.
I had
fun.
a lot more fun playing the second game, which did not use that character because he was so boring.
Aiden Pierce was god tier.
You haven't
It's
said
just
any reason
fact.
why.
I told you he's a vigilante. He packs heat. He's got a
A
family.
lot
to
of the things that
protect.
you said actually were similar to my arguments for Ryu Hayabusa, except Ryu Hayabusa is an interesting character.
No, he's got a sword. What does he got? Is he carrying Glocks
He's
on
got a
him?
sword. He's got family. He's got
Does he got a Glock
connections
on him?
with
Is
other
he
ninja
packing
clans.
heat?
He's
He ain't
got
packing
tragic
heat.
history.
He doesn't have
that
assault
brings him
rifles. He
on a
doesn't
Batman
have
like
hacking
path.
ability. I don't see him hacking traffic lights and watching cars crash into each other.
You
for
just said you
fun.
don't even know who he is.
I didn't say I didn't know who he was. I didn't know
Yeah,
who
you
your
did. You
character
said you never heard of him.
Oh, I meant like I don't know your character, but I know he can't hack things. Does he got a phone that he can hack security or
And that is time, folks.
Okay. Please, for the love of God, tell me somebody got that question.
I do.
That
Okay, as we all know the truth about Batman, the truth about Batman is nothing without his villains. So who would you pick to be the villain of this story and why?
okay, here we go. Yes. I love that question so much. Scott.
All
you're
right.
first.
I would pick the Riddler because he would challenge Ryu Hayabusa in a way that he doesn't normally get challenged, which is in a more mental capacity. He's always a much more physical type of character, and I think that having Riddler there would make a much more interesting game.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just Wario face.
A villain for Wario. I would. This is gonna be weird. I would pick probably Ivy because sexuality.
Oh, God. No. Oh, okay, Ivy.
It would maybe throw him off.
Ivy. Okay, that's a good one. I was thinking the Calendar Man for some odd reason.
Or like maybe Catwoman or I don't know, something
Okay.
like that. One of the females.
Oh God.
On to the next.
Huh?
On to the next.
Next. Smoke.
Okay, well, wait. I have a question. Does it have to be a villain from Batman series?
Yes.
Yes, this is Batman.
I had a really funny answer. Who can I go for that then? I'd say Penguin because he's used to fighting people in like dock areas and suits, I guess.
Okay.
Can I say like my joke answer though?
Go ahead. Say what's your joke answer?
Ubisoft. Why wouldn't they put him in the second game? I didn't get to play the second game yet. Okay, that was a lot of spoiled. Why didn't he just fight Ubisoft then? I'd throw hands with him any day.
So you basically just want to get a person to just put a Ubisoft sign on top of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that for y'all Photoshop.
No, just move on.
Please do. Get me a punching bag.
Okay, I'll make sure I send it to you. That and send it to that too, because I know you want to see it. Okay, Zach, facts.
I mean, we are talking about hypothetical scenarios here. About Aiden Pierce's appearance in Watch Dogs 2. Yes, he is relegated to a cameo role where he is kidnapped with a Brockbot, looks like.
Okay.
I don't honestly, there's really only what he did in the game, not much background on the guy.
Right.
Like Smoke said, so he's not wrong about that. Wario is greedy. There's that is incredibly true.
Is the Wario Man stuff is true? That's canon.
No, it isn't.
Damn it!
No. Canonically, Wario ended up remaking his money back due to selling games from the WarioWare series.
Right. All right, let's get on who we
and let's see, Scott's answer. I mean, look, Smoke, you not knowing right Ryu Hayabusa is your own failing at this point.
Yeah.
88 is the answer you were looking for, by the way.
Yeah.
He does contain all of that. I will say Wario is the only one that doesn't murder. But hey. That's it. That's all I got for that.
To be fair, I hadn't even really thought about that.
I did. I was hoping nobody said it.
Is everyone picturing like Wario literally tearing somebody's heart out?
Somewhere in DeviantArt, move on.
Okay. All right, move on. All right, Zach, who you thought won, or is it just that obvious?
I mean, okay, Scott got me right away because I love the Riddler. I mean, as soon as he said that was it, my heart was already kind of set a bit. I actually love Wario a lot. You really should have gone for like an Italian villain because he eats garlic. That's what you should have gone for. That would make sense.
I was gonna use the garlic too.
In my
notes.
He could have used Falcone because Falcone in the comics, right?
Falcone.
Yeah, he should have used Falcone.
Yeah, and Nightpack, I'm sorry. I've been to conventions and I've seen people cosplay the randos from Watch Dogs 2, and not a single one do Aiden Pierce. So
he's got a cool jacket.
Yeah, that's what he got as. Okay.
He's my father. Don't judge.
You can judge my father all you like.
You don't have one.
So who do you thought won, Zach? Real quick, just
Scott. Come on.
Okay, yeah, it was that obvious. Angie, is it that obvious? You're shaking your head. So Scott won. Okay, Scott won.
Yeah, that's not even a Scott.
You gotta give.
Scott, somebody put the batteries in him, and he finally started.
Yeah. I really wanted to pick Jessica. I really wanted to pick you. I really wanted to pick you so badly, but his game was just too more interesting. And I just if Wario can murder, if he could fucking murder, I would play the shit out
But
of
has
it.
he tried?
That's a good point.
Yes.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Super Mario Land 2. He's the final boss.
All right, Scott, I got a question. Can you stay this for a little bit longer for the PvP, or you got to go now?
I got to get going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what will happen is Smoke will argue for you. If Smoke wins, you're going to the finals. Cool. But if Jessica wins, blah, blah, blah.
Dude, put your money on Jess. I've lost this entire thing.
No. Actually, no, I said if Scott wins.
No, let him choose. That makes sense.
Yeah. Let Scott choose?
Yes.
I'll let Smoke fight for me.
Okay, you sure? Because you can automatically win now. You can automatically win.
It's cool. I trust Smoke.
Okay, so you're gonna give Jessica win. Okay, so you're gonna give Jess a chance. All right, Scott.
However, whatever.
All right, so Scott, you're literally putting all your bets on Smoke. All right, well,
trusting you. You've been a good fighter. You've picked some interesting choices.
All right. Well, all right, Scott, you can stay until you gotta go, but
I gotta get going now.
All right. Take it easy.
Bye, bud.
All right. So it comes down to two. Jessica and Smoke. All right. So now we go to the PvP. So now the points automatically go to Smoke. Remember, Smoke, you're eliminated, but you were now taking the place of Scott. So, you know how the deal goes. We know how to flip a coin. So you get to choose. Do you want to go first or last, or who you want to pick?
Who, me?
Yeah. You want to go first, last, or do you want to just go ahead and pick somebody?
Oh, like, you know what? I wanna picking Zach.
All right, so you negate your word choice of going first or last. Okay, so Zach, you give the question. All right, Jess, do you want to go first or last?
Last, I guess.
All right, so that means Smoke, you're going first. Jess, you're going last. Zach, you're given a question. What is the question?
All right. Am I doing this way we do generally for the final round, or?
Yeah, the way we generally the mystery, get the answer first, then the question.
I just need to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Name a canned beverage.
God.
Wait. A canned beverage. Could you be a little more specific?
One
Like
that you
soda?
keep in yeah, any kind.
Okay, then you please. Root beer.
What kind?
No, it doesn't need to be brand specific.
Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, I apologize. Jessica?
Coke. Classic Coke.
All right. So, how would you make an 8-bit advertising game? How would you like they would back in the day? How would your game be played? What kind?
Man, it looks like somebody been looking at AVGN checks episode.
I have not. No.
Damn it! I thought you.
I was looking at my can of Red Bull over there.
I'm sorry. Can you like re-describe that?
Okay, like okay, design an NES game around your product.
Okay, that makes more sense.
All right.
Okay. Remember, Smoke, you're going first, and Jessica's going last. So, Smoke, tell us give us your answer.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with like what my game is gonna be is like A and W. Okay, so either A and W is gonna be like a dungeon. Okay, it's gonna be a dungeon, and you, the player, is like on an ever-ending quest of like a thirst quencher. Okay, you've tried all these other beverages, and they just haven't done it for you. You know, so you're like trying to travel through like this really dark and mysterious dungeon because the name A and W root beer really has you going. So that, you know, you go through the whole dungeon, you fight all these manipulative beasts, but just gets your thirst much worse, and you just need that sweet taste. And then finally, you open up a chest and you hear the Zelda tone, and you grab the soda, you open it, and you take that sip of refreshing juice or soda, and then a bunch of women come out and try and steal the drink from you, and then you're relaxing on the couch with a bunch of women in A&W root beer, and that is the game.
Okay. Jessica.
All right, so to put it into a game form, picture us like a snowy side scroller, like a snowscape, and the goal of it is to it'll be avoiding obstacles, trying to find the words. Avoiding obstacles and maybe a puzzle here or there, and then when you get to the end, I suppose the goal would be to calm the polar bear with a can of Coke. And yeah, when you win, you get a polar bear hug.
Whew, okay. Rebuttals. Smoke.
Oh, what? So like a rebuttal? Am I just like saying like an extra thing?
You can say anything about yours, or you can go say something against hers.
Oh,
Or you can
okay.
do both.
but you only get one statement.
Okay, well, I also forgot to mention that mine has like a really, really big dragon, okay, that also has an addiction to A&W, and then you get to ride it.
Oh, it's an addiction. Okay. A lot of addictions. All right. Jessica?
I'm very confused by A&W right now. I don't even know what's going on.
Okay.
Otherwise, I guess the only other thing that I would like to add to mine is a sled, because I think sleds and snow make sense together. Like a classic toboggan, not like toboggan, like the wood with the skis underneath. What are those? I can't think of what they're called. Is it a toboggan?
No.
No, toboggan's like the scoop looking one.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyways,
All right.
that was it.
Angie, who did you think won?
I gotta say the A&W ones just really sounds interesting. And it definitely seems like one that would be like a promotional game, really, for A&W root beer. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay, A&W. Zach, please tell me you're thinking the same thing I was thinking. So go ahead.
I mean, I will say this: Coke has already tried a game, but it was on a different, earlier system. Just in general, called Pepsi Invaders. I'm also gonna go with A&W just because it is a more unique idea, and I'm thinking Dark Sky, if anybody knows that one, where
Right.
Skittles are literally magical and are product dropped, and it is hilarious. I can't resist that.
Right.
It's hilarious.
Look, I'm the same way. I'm sorry, Jessica. A&W sounds confusing, but I'm sorry. I kept holding it in. The way you were describing your game, it sounds like Pepsi Man. I'm sorry, it sounds just like it. It's
Yeah, I
going
didn't
to
think
the
of that.
end. Him going to the end, getting a polar bear to hug you. That sounds like him going to get that Pepsi drink. It just, Zach, am I wrong for saying that?
No, it's obstacles, sliding, vehicles. This sounds about right. Yes.
Yeah. It sounded like Pepsi Man. I was like, oh, that sounds like Pepsi Man.
Although an 8-bit Pepsi Man would probably be really weird.
Yeah, it would.
But Smoke, you brought home the victory for not yourself.
No one even said anything about the cool dragon. It's literally addicted to A&W. Okay.
Yeah, we know.
We know. You gave the dragon diabetes. We got it.
Yeah, we understand. Yeah. If only
It's a
other
dragon. Are you saying you don't want your dragon addicted to soda products?
No, we want it addicted to crack. Come on, man. Get it right. Come on.
It's the same thing, only different.
No, we want crack. We want him. Okay,
move on.
Move on. She don't want me to talk about crack and dragons. Okay. She's got the serious look.
All right.
All right. So we're out of time, people. This has been a good episode of Gamer Grudge, and the winner of this episode of Gamer Grudge is Scott. Woo! But he's not here right now to give it, but he won. So, but Jessica, you gave a valiant effort. Valiant effort. Got anything to plug?
Mm-hmm.
Got anything to plug?
Where can people find your stream?
Yeah, where can people find you?
Oh, I can be found at twitch.tv/Zarolina, ZAROLINA, or Instagram, same handle, but 2 Z's.
Okay. All right. And also, would you like to come back?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Smoke. Great to have you back, man. You have fun?
We gotta get going, man.
Sorry, I'm playing Minecraft. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Dare
fine.
you?
Any promote? Okay. Anyway, all right, cool. Andrew, got anything to promote?
Well, as you all know, I'm on Mixer, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all the same tag, Angelic XX Sin XX.
Gotcha.
Woo.
Zach?
Nothing on the horizon at the moment.
Gotcha. Guys, I'm Mac. I'm the co-owner and founder of the Game Fixers. Come watch all our stuff. We're also working on some secret stuff that we're gonna talk about.
Yep.
We're working on it.
That
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But guys, want to thank y'all for watching. We'll see you on the next episode, people. We love every each and one of you.
Yep. Just
Goodbye. Where is that button? Oh, here we go. Come on. Hold on for a minute. Sorry.